You want to know when a fan base completely gets bullshitted, you have to turn to the 49er fan base. And it's not so much the fan. I enjoyed talking sports in San Francisco when I was on KMBR and KGO and all that stuff, the Ticket 10. I enjoyed it. But the 49er organization lies to its fans every single day. They lie every day. How in the world can you turn around if you're the organization today and say that Trey Lance improved leaps and bounds this preseason and offseason when he was demoted to third team? How do you sell that? How do you sell that to your fan base? And the fan base not go, you're a freaking liar. How are you not saying that? See, you know, one thing I really realized, and Angelo and I had a great conversation last night, and I was proud to become his friend it was really awesome. Angelo Cataldi's not on the radio in Philly. You know why? It's not because he's old. It's because Angelo can't be Angelo anymore. That's why he's not on the air. He can't be Angelo anymore. Because these radio companies can't take it. They can't take when someone wants to do a show where we're fans. Try that bullshit. Nobody in their right mind thinks that Trey Lance improved. Except the Niners. And they don't even believe it. They'd rather lie to you. Imagine that. The organization would rather lie for the mistake. And then you turn around and you watch the Dolphins and how they use those 3 picks to improve their football team. They've systematically put pieces on both defense and offense because of the Lance pick, and you're going the other way doing this. Brock Purdy's it. You know, when someone goes like this, I heard someone say this, well, the Brock Purdy find at quarterback will cover the Trey Lance disaster. Dude, Jalen Hurts covers the Carson Wentz disaster. Trey Lance does not cover, or Brock Purdy does not cover the Trey Lance disaster. There were 3 ones involved. And the Eagles got a 1 out of it. The only thing the Niners got out of it was maybe Brock Purdy. You didn't cover that pick in San Francisco. Even if Brock Purdy works out, you still lost 3 to 4 years of your future. Well, you found a quarterback at the expense of 4 years of my future. Albeit, if Jalen turns out to be what everyone says he's going to be, which he's not yet, but trending, and they got a 1, shit, dude, the Eagles would basically have gotten 2 first-round draft choices for Carson Wentz. That's a win. That's a total win. I mean, right? What? Hey, if Jalen Hurts has another Pro Bowl year, they got 2 1s. 2 1s. And a Pro Bowl quarterback. Okay, that's not losing. That's called saving the Titanic. The Niner quarterback situation is the Titanic. You know what's crazy, though? The Niners knew last year it was the Titanic and they still got on the boat. They knew this year that Trey Lance is the Titanic and they still got on the boat. Shit, I got to tell you something. If I knew the bitch was going down, I'm not getting back on that boat again. See, they knew the ending of the James Cameron story and the movie, and they still got on the boat twice. That's called just being ridiculously stupid. Yeah. So the Niners are concerned now about paying Joey or Nick Bosa $30 million. And they could cover it with, hey, we're keeping the defensive player of the year at the expense of 3 first-round draft choices. And you knew the boat was going down twice. Hey, I don't get it. That's just me. I don't get it. All right. Tanner McKee. Stop with this stuff. He's not the number 2 quarterback. He's not. He's not. Didn't you learn from Gardner Minshew a year ago? So you want to change the entire offense if Jalen gets hurt for him? And you want to move forward with him? And you want him lining up at Arrowhead? Really? You want him lining up versus the 49ers? You're not winning those games with Tanner McKee. Please tell me you're not talking like that. Marcus Mariota, it's his job. And what they did last night, they wanted him to feel good about going into the season, and the Eagles wanted to feel good about going into the season. That's why they didn't play him excessively. They wanted to get McKee as much reps as possible because he's not going to play until next preseason. They like what they see. He's not an NFL quarterback yet. You really want to go into the start of the season with a guy who can't jump over 4 quarters in an RPO offense. Get this right. Get this. So there's Eagle fans, and I've heard them, that want Tanner McKee to be the number 2 quarterback in an offense where he can't jump over 4 pennies. And it's an RPO offense. You're going to have to convince me that that guy doesn't run anything under a 6-flat 40. JM goes, who's the backup in Kansas City? I think it's Blake Bortles. But here's the thing, JM. Does it matter? If Mahomes goes down, they're a 5-win team. They're a 5-win team. They don't have any offensive weapons in Kansas City except for the tight end. The rest of them guys are bums. It's a reason you pay $500 million to the guy. Because he carries the franchise. Oh, my God, the Nick Foles thing, man. Stick with Mariota, okay? Stick with Marcus Mariota. He's your best option. He is. He's your best option. Your best option. Gigi Goes Hurts is playing the whole season. It would be his first. It would be his first. Those guys in Kansas City, seriously, they're dudes. Who's the wideouts in KC? Somebody help me out here. Let's all chuckle. Who's the wideouts in Kansas City? I need a laugh. Come on, I need someone to laugh. CJ, how you doing, brother? Give me the number 1 wideout in Kansas City. I need to laugh. Who's the number 1? Sky Moore? Come on. No, it can't be. That's like a movie actor's name. It can't be Sky Moore. No way. There's no such a guy named Sky Moore. No way. There's no such an NFL guy named Sky Moore. You guys are pulling the wool over my eyes. Okay? Tony who? Tony? Name me a wideout in Kansas City. I need to laugh a little bit. Can't be Sky. There's no such thing as Sky Moore. Kadarius Toney. Who is that? Oh, my God. Who's Skyler Moore? Wow. Oh. Hey, you guys made me chuckle, man. Thank you. Kadarius Toney is an Eagle killer? Oh, my God. No, I think the quarterback's the Eagle killer. I don't really think that Kadarius Toney is the Eagle killer. Yeah, thanks, Steve. I at least know that one because I was the guy on the microphone in high school doing that. Nice job, kid. Grow up a little. Holy cow. Sky Moore and Zadarius. Is it Zadarius Toney? What is it? James Toney. That guy could box. I liked him. Holy cow. Man. So they beat you with a stripper's name. Am I right, Tone? So a stripper beat you in the Super Bowl? Sky Moore? That's like a stripper's name. I mean, hey, Sky Moore. Sky Moore and what was Trump's chick? Are the two tight ends in Kansas City. A stripper beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Sky Moore on table 7. Sky Moore. Yeah, there she is. Running a cross route. Look at the legs on Sky Moore as they run by Darius Slay. Sky Moore beat you. Seriously, it's like a stripper's name. Give me a break. Those are the wideouts in Kansas City? Jesus, good God. Stormy Daniels at the Y and Sky Moore at the Z. Two fabulous strippers in Kansas City play wide receiver. Sky Moore at table 7 and Juju table 9. No, they fired Juju because Juju was getting too old. She couldn't dance on table 9 anymore. She fell off, so they sent her to New England. Tone, they like younger strippers in Kansas City. Juju was just getting a little bit too long in the tooth, man. She's not very good. She can't serve drinks, and she's not very good with customers. So they sent her to New England where nobody's good with customers, and everyone's got a shitty attitude. You know, those are them old school stripper bars up there. All the old strippers go to Bill Belichick now. They don't. Andy Reid likes young strippers now for his guy. Sky Moore and Stormy Daniels are the two wideouts in Kansas City. And Travis. No wonder Travis Kelce puts a ton of yards up. Holy cow, man. So wait, Stormy Daniels and Sky Moore beat you in the Super Bowl? Shit. Hey, you know what? It makes more sense now. All right. Tanner McKee's not the guy, man. You're going to have to hang with Mariota. You're just going to have to, okay? The kid Ellis, okay. Christian Ellis, he's okay. He ain't a starting linebacker, though. I think he's too slow. Okay? To play at will. Maybe you're not going to put him at Sam. That's where you're rushing from. I don't know, man. I mean, I think you're limited over on that will side. And to me, Cunningham is the better player than Morrow. And it goes downhill. I think Ellis is okay. I don't think he's great. I think he missed. I tell you what, I saw him out of position a couple times, and I don't really think he's a great tackler. Okay? I don't. So that's where I would go. All right. Let's take a look at this as we get. I want to start looking at New England here. I keep seeing this one dude say that Lane Johnson's a juicer. Hollywood, how would you know that? I know what a juicer is. They don't take steroids today. Nobody takes steroids. What are you, like some sort of like 1980s gold gym guy who then after he works out with his 22 pounds goes in front of his mirror and flexes? Nobody in pro sports takes steroids anymore. How he has money saved to make another move. I mean, performance-enhancing drugs? Okay? That's not steroids. The NFL has a list of things you can take and not take. That doesn't necessarily mean you're taking performance-enhancing drug. You could buy something at a GNC and get suspended for it because it's got ephedrine in it. How would you know anything about anabolic steroids unless you take them yourself? How would you know anything about that? Okay? What is candy? I don't know. There's nothing in the world that I don't know about anabolic steroids. Okay? And growth hormone. Nothing. Nothing. And he could have took anything. They don't take steroids today. They take growth hormone, if anything. Human growth hormone is not made for professional athletes. Growth hormone was made for kids with dwarfism and the elderly, for atrophy. That's what it was made for brittle bones. Professional athletes found that it could strengthen bones and make their tendons stronger. You're not taking it to lift more weight. You're taking it to strengthen your bones for any kind of catastrophic injuries and your recovery from injuries. You're not doing it to be stronger. You're doing it to protect its self-preservation if you do use human growth. Athletes today don't take it to bench 7,000 pounds anymore. It's a preventative exercise that some do. By the way, human growth hormone is not illegal. You see those wellness, what do you think those wellness centers in Florida are? Those wellness centers in Florida are all about testosterone use and also for the elderly so that you don't break your hip when you fall down. They give you human growth hormone to strengthen your bones. It's not unhealthy. They give it to older folks. So when people say that, you're uneducated. You have no idea what you're talking about. Now, taking Anadrol 50s, taking Sustanone, taking suspension, Winstrol V, shit like that, that's steroid use. Just to give you educated here. Athletes don't take steroids today. It's a 1980s thing. Steroids can be an inhaler. Absolutely. It's not anabolic, though, but it is a steroid. Okay? It is a steroid. Hey, Brian, by the way, I believe in marijuana use for pain, for reducing pain. I'd rather have that than oxycodones given to the players. Oxycodones get you addicted. Marijuana use, in my opinion, I think they should be giving more to the players' opportunities, maybe more of it in the offseason. But would you rather have a player on oxycodone and Vicodins and those kind of harsh pills that ruin your liver? Or would you rather give a kid a joint so he doesn't hurt his liver and he doesn't hurt his internal organs. Have some common sense here. Most people look at this and go, I'd rather have a player take oxycodones and Vicodins and Percocets and Percodans, something that gets regenerated into your system 4 or 5 to 6 to 7 to 9 times and ruins your liver, versus having a guy smoke a joint where he can get to sleep because he's got bad back or he's got bad injuries to his elbows or his joints. Makes no sense. The CBD gummies, I think, are something the league has to look at as well. Okay? Chris is right. I prefer tequila. How you doing? I'm with you. All right. Let's get into this here. What do you think? Hold on here. What was that? I drink to that, Dan. I prefer Guinness. Man, you like that dark beer, man? Shoo. 3 of them bad puppies, Chuck, man. I put you on your dookie, man, right? Holy cow. Chuck drinks that Guinness. Holy cow. I mean, it looks, hey, when you go to the bathroom, right, Chuck? Looks like you're drinking Hennessy. Hey, how come there's Hennessy in the toilet bowl? Nah, man. My boy Chuck is drinking Guinness. You drink that Guinness, man. After you go to the bathroom, you look down, you're like, man, what's that, Hennessy? Yeah. That brown bear get it to you, right? Right? Sills is high right now. Nah, man, hey, do I look like somebody that should – I probably look like somebody that should be smoking pot, but I'm too much of a maniac. God knows what it would be. God knows. All right. What is the old – I want to do this. I want us to look at – then we're going to look at New England here. I want us to look at the strengths and weaknesses. Let's start with the strengths of the team. Get a piece of paper here. What's the strength of the Eagles this year, 2023? Strength, weakness. I'm going to put already over on the other side. I got 2 already weaknesses. What's the strength? D-line's not a strength. D-line's not a strength. You can't say that today. I said as you're entering the 2023 season, that might be for 2024 strength. You don't know that yet. What's his strength? Offensive line. Quarterback. What else? So you think you're strong at wide receiver. You guys think you're strong at wide receiver? With only 2. Are you strong at wideout? You got 2 wideouts. 2 exceptional wideouts. So will you take 2 exceptional wideouts and 4 dudes? So out of 6 wide receivers, you got 2 dudes that are exceptional and 4 dudes. Are you okay with your room? You're not balanced. You're top heavy in that room. Are you okay with it? Seemed to work last year. You didn't have any injuries really at the wide receiver position. So you're probably going into this year going like this. Our room's not very good, but our top 2 guys are exceptional. I'll say 2. Because going into this year, your 2 wideouts are exceptional. Your third guy's not very good. But they were 2,000-yard guys. Your tight end. Is that a strength? I do think so. Okay? I do think so. O-line, quarterback, wideout, tight end. How about your running back room? You got 1 guy and 5 dudes. Got the new name, the San Francisco 40 and 85. Easy. You take me down the gutter there. I didn't even edit myself yet. Running back is deep but not exceptional. Chris goes like this. Okay, that's a good. We'll get to that. Chris, I'm all right with that. Running back to being, okay, you're right. I don't think you're strong there running back going into the year either because we don't know. However, what Chris said, the entire offense is a strength. So as a group, yes, your offense is by far the strength. How do you feel about your – we'll do that. We'll do that here in a sec. Okay. How about defense? Your defensive line is not a strength. Your pass rushing is. Your run defense is not. Your corners, so here's your strengths on defense. Pass rushing, corners. You see the holes we're talking here. Now, I'm going to go over to the weaknesses of your team. I think your coaching's a weakness. I don't believe that football team is exceptionally coached. I think Brian Johnson could be. I think Sean Desai could be. Last year, I didn't think shit of your two coordinators. I still don't. I think your offensive coordinator a year ago was Jalen Hurts, not Shane Steichen. What play could he possibly have called in an RPO? It's impossible for an offensive coordinator to call a play in an RPO. How have you not plugged that in? All you can do is run an RPO, call the RPO, and the quarterback is either going to keep it, throw it, or run with it. Where did Shane Steichen come into that decision-making process? Constructing the play and the blocking, that's determined by the coordinator. Jalen Hurts is the offensive coordinator. He decides what the play's going to look like. He's either going to run it, throw it, right? Or hand it off. He's got to make those split-second decisions. Where is the offensive play calling genius to that? The genius is in the quarterback's hands and decision-making. So the coordinator in Philadelphia is actually irrelevant. It really doesn't matter if Brian Johnson is the offensive coordinator. They don't need one. They need one with Tanner McKee. We saw they needed one with Gardner Minshew last year. Okay, we saw they needed, and when they needed it, they didn't get it. Running RPOs with a guy who runs a 5.3, they did last year when Minshew took over. How does that make sense? Okay? That coordinator last year made no impact on that thing. Hurts was the guy. That's why you had Sirianni on park benches with megaphones acting like he was a cheerleader. Shane Steichen pretending that he was the offensive coordinator when it was really constructionally built because the quarterback makes the decision. By the way, that kid Anthony Richardson, I see Trey Lance all over it. I don't think that guy's that hot. I don't. I think he's Trey Lance. Oh, we'll see. So he's going to improve his game from the college game on being accurate. Yeah, that always works out. When he was never accurate, Jalen got better at OU. He got better at Oklahoma. Okay? He completed passes at Oklahoma. He got better at OU. Shane Steichen? Really? And so then you turn around on the defensive side. I'm more encouraged on the defensive side. It looks like there's some thinking going on over there. Moving guys around, trying guys at different positions, hybriding people. Dude, they're trying to come up with creative ways to be able to use some of that skill set that was lost and use the athleticism. That's what they're trying to do over there. Okay? Saban yelled at him. Yelling at someone, Barb, is not coaching. Nick Saban didn't coach Jalen Hurts. He quit on Jalen Hurts because he could. Because he's got 3 first-round draft choices sitting in the quarterback room. How crazy is that? At one time in that quarterback place, you had Jalen Hurts, you had Tagovailoa, you had Mac Jones, and then you had Bryce Young coming up from the rear. Why would he stick with anybody? You don't have to coach anybody there. Shit, man. Guy's not getting it done. Next guy up at Alabama. They're not coaching anybody there at Alabama. They're giving the next guy the opportunity. You see, at Alabama, this is what happens to you. When you don't play well, you see, in the pros, they got to coach you because they're paying you. At Alabama and in college programs like Georgia and Alabama, if you don't play well, they demote you and move the next guy up. See what you can do. That's not coaching. Okay? That's availability because you got a great program that's recruiting. You can have 4 first-rounders stacked at Alabama at any given position. That's not coaching. That's why coaching in the NFL matters. Once you draft a guy like Derek Barnett, you got to pay him, you got to coach his ass. You got to coach him. You got to develop him. In college, it's all about recruiting. It has nothing to do with coaching. Alabama does the best job. No, they don't. They do the best job recruiting. God bless you, Dan. You and your family. We disagree a lot, but going to be a fun. Absolutely, brother. I love that kind of take from Hollywood. All good, my friend. I love debating people. Hollywood, you're needed on a program like ours. Love every one of you. Quan, JM, everybody. Barb, all you guys. Go back and forth. Who the hell wants to talk to yes men? You know what I'm saying, Brian? Same with you, Brian. Who the hell wants to have a conversation with people that are yes people? Okay? Those are the lamest ass shows. And you know what those shows are? You got the screen caller in a radio show not having the guy come on because he disagrees. I want the guys who disagree with me. I don't want to have a love fest and listen to the same guy from South Philly, Billy from South Philly, calling Sileo every day at 7:30 a.m. You know, I used to have a rule. Hey, guys, you want to know something? I had a rule. Tone, you'll like this. This is a different format compared to radio. I used to have a rule. You could call Monday and Friday, but you couldn't call every day. I'm not looking to have a daily conversation with you unless you're exceptional. So I give you 2 calls a week to get your thoughts in order. And always it worked because everyone had their opinion ready to rock. Okay? Seals, my wife's mad at me for flying to the Dallas and Eagle game. Buy her a diamond. Take her to dinner. Hey, Big, take her to Wawa. Get her a pizza. I hear they got this new pizza in the building. Wawa tried the pizza before, and Tone, maybe you can help me on it. It was horse shit. Supposedly they got a new pizza at Wawa now. It's not bad, my boys are telling me. So when I get there, I'm going to try it. But I tried it a couple years ago. They made an attempt on the pizza. Things sucked out loud, man. They are not pizza makers. That's not where you get pizza anyway. So someone told me now, though, they've kind of like trying to perfect the pizza at Wawa. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see what they got here. So I'm going to have to check it out. I almost threw my guts up. See, I'm a Colony pizza guy. There's a place in Stamford, Connecticut that's right down the hill from me. And I grew up, and even the guy from Barstool, Dave Portnoy, he says it's one of the greatest pizza places in the United States. And I grew up on this place called Colony. It's right down in the Cove where I was born. It's where all the Italian guys lived. And so Italians and Greeks and all that. It's right around Clairol. It's right down the bottom of it. My church is over there too. St. Mary's is over in that neck of the woods. Mystic Pizza's pretty decent too. That's a good place up there. Dan, cannot diss. No, I'm not, dude. Their pizza sucked though. You got to admit it. Okay, you got to admit it, dude. The pizza sucked the first attempt. I hear the next one. I'm a big pizza guy. I like pizza. Connecticut, dude. New Haven is like the pizza capital of the world. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Oh, you make Italian squares. That's nice. I like Italian squares. I don't like the Neapolitan pizza that much. But pizza squares are good. That's good. But I'm a flat crust guy. Man, dude, Scooter, am I right? I don't know what it is in New Haven. There's not a shitty pizza place in New Haven. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like New York pizza's good. You go down in you go down in Manhattan's got some places down there, like 3 of them. Brooklyn's got some really great places. Down there, Soho, there's a couple places obviously down there. The Bronx has some good places there too. There's a bunch of good places over in Staten Island has some good pizza places. Okay? Dude, Connecticut though, man, I don't know what it is, like I said, New Haven. Got fabulous pizza, man. Really great. We need Wawa in South Carolina. Coffee here is crap. Yeah, I like that thin crust stuff, man. I really do. Hey, let me finish this up here. Hang on here now. So I heard Tone and the guys saying this earlier. They're just going to have to outscore people. Well, this is what's going to happen to the – oh, wait, I'm going to wait because I want to talk the Patriots. And with these weaknesses and strengths, you tell me if my observations as we're going to do a ton of New England Patriots talk over the next 2 weeks. It's time. It's time. Okay? Every single Eagle guy right now has every game film for the last 5 weeks of New England season last year in front of them. Common opponents and trends. Everyone's looking right now at New England at the NovaCare Center. Everyone. All right. Man, talking all this food, man. I'm hungry. My boys at Hooters. Can't wait to see many of you. I know many of you are going to come to King of Prussia and crack a cold one with Big Sills as we celebrate the 40th anniversary of Hooters. Been involved with that company for so long. You know what's great about being involved in a company like that? They know I know the brand. I've been involved in the brand. From coast to coast, they have backed me. And now in the Philadelphia area, I have Hooters backing the National Football Show and Dan Sileo. Go to northeasthooters.com. Find one of the 7 locations nearest you for you to be able to enjoy yourself this football season. It's the official home of the National Football Show and Big Sills. King of Prussia, we're going to be doing a ton of stuff. Hollywood says free wings on me. Okay? On me. We'll have the iconic Hooter girls, Hollywood serving you or anyone that comes and sees Big Sills. Go to any one of those locations and you can experience the 40-year anniversary with some of the great events that we have each and every single day. Tuesdays, you buy 10 wings. Okay, you get 10 boneless free. Wing Wednesdays, 1983. You get all you can eat. Saturdays, kids eat for free. 6 items, $6. NortheastHooters.com to find one of the locations nearest you. By the way, if you're doing your fantasy drafts, call ahead, reserve a table, make sure you get that thing done at any one of the locations. They'll be waiting for you with those iconic Hooter girls. Absolutely the funnest time. And do me a favor, when you go to Hooters, you make sure you tell them Big Sills sent you.